The following video contains discussion of sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised. Arrogate Girl Pop J, what in the whole Okay, give me just like 2 minutes of your time to explain this one. What is Arrogate Girl Pop, you are wondering? Arrogate Girl Pop is the name of a YouTube playlist I found earlier this year that had a collection of openings and endings for Arrogate from the late 90s and throughout the early 2000s. I fell head over heels for it. This became my new personality for months because these songs are fucking amazing. Originally compiled by the user Tobo Kagao, the Arrogate Girl Pop playlist featured snippets from a variety of archival accounts that were uploading what felt like a historic amount of key songs from Arrogate I have never heard of. Like, sure, you have Two Heart, White Album, and Comic Party, some of the big stuff a more pedestrian visual novel person would know, but then you get just a waterfall of Arrogate that's new to me and I will not be pronouncing because I cannot speak the language.
Post-production Jay here. Since writing this, I'm over 130 days into learning Japanese, so I will be pronouncing it because I am trying to learn the language.
Here's the thing. The sources the original Arrogate Girl Pop playlists were pulling from were very poorly structured if you were trying to find more. These were probably the songs the original person liked the most or something, but when I went digging through these channels to find more, I was finding a lot of friction instead. The bulk of these songs come from a series of channels called Arrogate Song Full, each of which are divided up by year and then divided up again into 4. I would like to assume that these channels are used to upload these songs chronologically throughout the years, but the act of finding them isn't as easy as it should be, seeing how none of these channels link to each other. And the naming conventions kind of shift over time. It starts with Arrogate Song 98 and 99, A through D, but then with Arrogate Songs 2000, it shifts from B to E. This lasts until 2011, where the channel names change to Arrogate Song Full, the name used in the title of all the individual uploads. There is also a non-chronological subsection of channels called Arrogate Song Full 1, 2, and 3, with upload naming conventions making it seem like they come from the same person. None of these channels have any sort of pre-made playlist or are noted for linking back to each other, so these things are floating out in space unless you know how to look for them or if you are looking for a specific song in general. So, because I love the original playlist so much, but I also wanted more of what was out there, plus how much friction there is in finding these channels, I remade the original Arrogate Girl Pop playlist, plus added every other song the uploader had, as well as some additional uploads of Arrogate Key songs done by other people. This playlist is publicly available on my secondary channel and is linked below. You can blow past the difficulty of finding these songs and listen to it today. Okay, cool. Good video. We're all done here. Go listen to the songs. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You had one more question for me? Because this is what I listen to when I'm stoned and playing fighting games. Next question. Okay, fucking fine. So, maybe you don't want to engage with something from a genre of video games that is, by volume, about fucking high school girls. Totally valid. But I think coming into it from that angle is actually what kind of makes this playlist better. If you remember the Naotoshi Nishino video, I discussed how Nishino's work was so good that it gave off the impression that these games must be at least somewhat good as well, even if that did not end up being the case at all. The point is that I am not immune to propaganda, and that's kinda what this playlist is. Most, but not all, of these songs are opening tracks that you can pair against a visual to sell you on something. Unlike Nishino, who will likely never get his day in the sun, the genre of key songs for Arrogate is a real shit industry. Collectives like Ive Sound make their bread and butter on crafting songs for stuff like Arrogate, and they feature singers like Kotoko, who is famous enough that I was clued into her way back in the mid-2000s. So even if I am not someone who typically gravitates towards playing Doki Doki High School Harem Volume 7, I can be sold on it. You can easily pair music and visuals in a way that is meant to attract someone, and I am open to being that someone. Let's take a look at Ars Magna. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it has an extremely attractive song paired with some clean looking visuals and some nice anime girl designs I like. Cool, dude. You got me. If I could, I would play this game.
What do you fucking mean someone AI upscaled this opening into 8K 60 frames per second? Like, who's the target market for that other than actually me directly? It only has 400 views. Like, what the fuck?
You don't even need a trailer. Taking a slightly pop art video game cover and pairing it with a sunny 60s inspired pop music evokes a feeling. Flowers Kotoko no Hana sells itself as an innocent summertime adventure that maybe, definitely, includes romance. Or we could take a look at Saishu Shiken Kujira. Peaceful and serene music invokes a not exactly melancholic vibe, but not a feeling that is without tribulations, and the art of a lone girl on a wide plain looking out into an even wider sky mirrors this perfectly. Is it our imagination that there is a whale being shaped out of the clouds, or do we live in a world with enough magic to have such a thing be possible? Either way, I am being sold on something here, and I'm picking up what it's putting down. But even if you look outside the more salesmanship aspect of this, many of these eroge girl pop songs just fucking bang. Like, they bang with or without context. The all-star track of this playlist, as far as I'm concerned, is the key track to a game called Inari. According to VNDB,
main character begins experimenting with Mizuki, who he met on a sex friend search website. To what extent a pure innocent girl can be corrupted?
I think he's a sex pervert.
Okay, not my jam, but go off. What kind of song you gonna tie into this game? Bro, what the fuck? This track is amazing. From the opening seconds, you hear this infectiously poppy melody sparkle itself over a sensational drum sample. It is a joyous song with great singing and moments where it ramps up the production before entering a soaring chorus that solidifies this tune as a stone cold no-miss banger. They don't phone it in over at IveSound. Jesus Christ. Information on Inari is very scant, and by that I mean I didn't find a copy of it on HSuki, so I can't play it.
Post-production Jay here. Inari is actually on HSuki, but only if you're a VIP member, and I'm not at the point where I'm going to give HSuki money yet.
But if my experience with Tain Shokugun taught me anything, this game is probably garbage tripe that is polished up by having a 10 out of 10 no notes tune in front of it. So, in conclusion, I think there is a lot here to enjoy. Even if the angle of these media works as salesmanship doesn't interest you, even if the idea of tasting a bit of video gaming culture that is missing almost wholly from our stateside view of games doesn't interest you, there is still just the plain Jane fact that a lot of these songs are catchy, attractive little ditties that would be very difficult to find on your own. My playlist for them is kind of purposely a little messy, so if you are more interested in a more neatly chronological look across these songs, I have also linked a playlist someone made that has all of the Eroge song full uploads in assumed release order. It's analytically void to say this, but at the end of the day, I just think this is neat. Neat enough to want a larger collection of it, neat enough to want to share it with other people, and neat enough to make a video explaining all of that in hopes that other people find it neat as well.
You're now listening to Idolism Radio. This world still needs idols.
夢を追いかけていますか一緒に夢を見てくれる人いますかあの時見た夢今は誰か見ますかあの時の夢まだ追いかけていますか
This has been an Idolism radio broadcast. This world still needs idols.